Meeting at 3:08 p.m. This is the regular monthly meeting of the Berlin Cemetery Commission. This is an open public meeting, and it is your image and your voice will be recorded during this meeting. Make everybody aware of that. Present, Chairman Barry Yeager, Clerk Brenna Ewing. Absent is the Superintendent, Robert Guild. Mr. Guild is otherwise occupied with his other job this afternoon in a schedule change situation that is unusual. He did communicate with me and in regard to a couple of things which I'll bring up to the meeting afterwards. Other than that, we will proceed without him today. The bills, he has assembled the bills for the month, and it's usual bills, the superintendent's salary and a burial or two to deal with, and he will, they're the usual things, and we will approve those bills for payment and sign them outside the meeting as soon as we have the paperwork available to us, and submit them for payment as usual. On other matters, we had proposed the purchase of an additional mower, replacing our third mower, our backup mower, with a little less expensive model than the others that we've bought in recent years. And that has been discussed and voted and so forth at previous meetings. I bring it up on this occasion because the what is it called? The Capital Planning Committee will be meeting at 7 p.m. on Thursday, the 27th of February, and to discuss that more request. And we will discuss it with, we will plan to, at least a couple of us will probably be there. So I will post a meeting of this commission for that time as well.
What's the time and date?
7 p.m. on Thursday, February 27th. And that's just to present to them and explain to them our purposes in purchasing the new mower.
Okay, can I pause you for 1 second?
Yeah.
I'd like to read the minutes from the last meeting.
Well, all right.
Do you want
Let me
to
just
finish up? Go ahead.
Is that, I think I've covered that whole thing about the mower. So yes, you can do the minutes of the last meeting.
Okay. So we met on the 21st of January 2005 at 4:05 p.m. Barry, Chair, Robert, Superintendent, Brenna, Clerk, all present. We reviewed the November, December bills were reviewed and signed, and we looked at January's that were accumulating. Then there was discussion, and we reviewed, signed, and then there was discussion of the misaligned gravestone at the North Cemetery. I believe the family name is Babineau, and our own Jim Spinney's concern about the situation of misaligned stones, which we have had under advisement and discussion for quite some time, and it's part of the larger picture of our gravestone marking purchase that we need to make. We need to acquire the right kind of markers for the rows so that this doesn't be an ongoing problem. So that was the discussion, and then we talked about. Robert talked about St. Michael's in Hudson, St. Michael's Cemetery in Hudson, and they have a similar situation with needing of marking the rows correctly. And then he also discussed the fact that American Cemetery Supply has exactly the kind of flush stainless steel corner markers with numbers and lot markers too that can be used to solve this problem. So we are addressing it, and that was the discussion. Then we talked about the email chain regarding capital expenses, filing issues, the mower that Barry needs to submit, and that was pretty much the end of that discussion. And then,
That had been submitted prior to then.
right, it was just a sort of a
Yeah.
review of what had been done. Robert explained on Monday, the 6th of January, he took loam delivery for the Spinney grave settling, and on the previous month, on the 30th of January, he had done the first application and ran out of loam. So he said that he will continue to remediate that and see if it settles again.
This is just filling in,
Normal,
A recent
practice
yeah.
of a recent burial, especially in the winter when frost and ground settling is an issue. Then we discussed regarding the sold graves and the list of burials that need to be complied for the town report, and the fact that that needed to be submitted ASAP, as well as the fact that the highway rebuilt the cemetery landscape trailer and repainted it in 2004. We also,
2004.
I'm sorry,
2024.
2024, thank
There we
you.
go,
In
yes.
2024, excuse me. So that was the discussion for the town report, but
Yeah.
we needed to make, finalize those descriptions and submit them. Robert also reported that St. Michael's has a new cremations only section, which he toured, and stated that the grave size is half and the price is half of a full-size burial. Motion to adjourn was given and seconded, voted 3-0 at 5:03 PM.
Okay. I don't know of anything to add, so.
So was the, were we able to get together what we needed for the town report?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so that's all set.
So I will declare the minutes approved,
Yes,
and.
thank you, sorry.
And, yes, the town report was completed and submitted and taken care of last month.
For the 21st of January.
It was a couple of days after the
2025.
due date, but I wanted to
Read.
make sure that it was right, so.
And approved. I'm sorry, I just missed what you said. So you completed them
It was submitted.
and submitted.
Mr. Guile did a recent ashes burial in the North Cemetery and found there was 16 inches of frost in the ground.
Wow.
And he, Paul Wheeler, that does our full grave digging when it's done, said that he had a grave at St. Michael's that was 20 inches of frost. In view of that,
Wow.
I would, and the fact that we also now have ice on the surface from the recent storm this past weekend. And things are, all of the driveways are hard and gonna be very hard to plow
Right.
satisfactorily for a while. That we anticipate that the superintendent may need to delay any further burials until there's an improvement of the winter conditions. And that can be done at his discretion. We would support his view on it based on the fact that cleanup for anything right now is gonna be a terrible mess. And in a matter of a few weeks, it should be much different and better.
Wow.
So, for the present, we're unlikely to do burials, but we'll see what materializes in the time being. But the superintendent has good discretion on the subject, and we are aware that the conditions are such that we may need to refuse immediate burials and postpone them until much better conditions in the cemeteries.
Yeah.
With a little luck, we might not have any in that period, but we'll see.
I have to add something here that my dear friend and classmate, Joe Renzoni, is in the urgent care or the full, I don't know if he's in the ICU or if he's just in urgent care at UMass with multiple system problems with complications of his diabetes, kidneys, and heart.
Oh,
And I just spoke to, his sister called me yesterday and we talked for like 2.5 hours. My whole day got changed around by
yeah.
talking to poor Diane, because he, being a bachelor gentleman, didn't tell anyone. So,
We don't not put that all in the public,
no,
so.
but be aware that
Oh, yeah.
one of our own, I don't know if they're local burial people or whether they
I
go
don't
somewhere
have the
else.
answer to that.
Anyway, 20
He was my
inches.
student.
I know. I know. I had to let you know. St. Michael's.
Okay,
Burial.
no, it is not at all unusual, and we have others whose health is in tough shape right now. The pneumonia epidemic is really doing a job on people. And
Yeah.
I've dealt with 2 or 3 deaths amongst friends and so forth in recent times. And we'll see whether any of those produce immediate burials, hopefully not right now in Berlin.
Right.
At any rate, I don't know that we have any further business that we need to do today. So,
I have nothing more to report because I haven't ventured outside or driven by my local cemetery in 4 days.
okay. Motion to adjourn.
Seconded.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Thank you. The meeting